RMG Sports welcomes you to the following live presentation of motocross racing from Pleasure Valley Raceway. Learn more at pbrmx.com. Thank you for your purchase, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Good afternoon and welcome to Pleasure Valley. It is the 2024 Dylan Slusser Memorial Race Weekend, and we are starting out the Saturday afternoon with 10 races, and last one being the 250 AB All-Stars. But man, what a jam-packed weekend. Jeff Cernick, whoa, Nelly, it's going to be a barn burner weekend. He has pulled all the stops out. He has got so many people on board. They are up to $45,000 in prizes and gifts from all the people that are here to make it look great. And we are sure glad to have his support as we start our races in Schoolboy 1. And on the track, we've got the 04 of Miley Sittler, the 8 of Wayne Geppert, the 009 of Mason Yeager, the 11 of Dylan Walsh, the 24 of Brian Steckick. There's your leader right now. And I believe that's going to be the 559 of Joe Shipley. As you can see, the dust control is falling. It's been beautiful all afternoon and morning for practices. And of course, we get ready to race and dust control. So there you have it. The most sides downhill. They bring it up around the hairpin and back down towards the pond turn. They've just stitched that up. And I believe that there's your top three riders. And I believe that is the 29 of Cole Lute in second spot. So Cole Lute, the 29 from Clymer, Pennsylvania, on the MX Tire, Jones of Roman MX Training PR2 O'Neill Scott Husk KTM. But it's the 559 in the lead now. That is Joe Shipley out of Indiana, Pennsylvania on the MX6 Racing, Sons of Our Fathers, Jones of Roman, MX Tire, Factory Connection, Lynx Racing, KTM. As they come through, get the green flag, and we are underway. So up into the first turn. I'm still trying to get the our stats up. I apologize for that. Lap number 2 has started. Good battle. As they bring it around, there's the 559 of Joe Shipley and the 29 of Cole Lute in second. Look at Lute making an attack down the Mercedes downhill. They make the turn at the bowl at the bottom. There's your leader. Makes the turn. Heads towards the Himmler excavating triple. And again, it's, I guess I was lucky that the rain only lasted as long as it did. Now through the MX tire off camber, makes the turn to put lap number 2 in. So Shipley, the 5:59, now back into third. So it's Stesic, the 24 of Colliers, West Virginia, now in second. There's your leader, or excuse me, that's third place. I'm sorry, Shipley in the lead. We just got, I apologize for that. We just got our stats back in here. As you can see, dust control is falling as they come through the dragon back. There he is, the 5:59. Joe Shipley. As we saw last week, he just he likes being out there. And of course, Stesic in second, Cole Luton third, the 9:55 of Landon George in fourth place, and the 1:22 of Palmer. That's Jonathan Palmer out of Hummelstown, Pennsylvania. Up over the Himmler excavating triple. Look how deep that berm is going in there already. So Joe Shipley on the KTM brings in, should get the white flag. He's got it. Stesic in second. You can see him coming up towards that fuel factory tunnel. And then under the Plum Contracting Bridge and into the Dunlop first turn they go. Shipley takes a look over his shoulder. Comes up to the Scott step up and into the dragon back. One last time. Look over the shoulder. Comes out. The Mustize area down to the pond turn. And of course up over the MX6 triple double. Shipley's been doing a great job on this track. This is hometown for him, and you can see it out of Indiana, Pennsylvania. 16 years old. All right, one last time. Up through the MX tire off camber. And brings it in for the checkered flag. So Joe Shipley on the MX6 Racing Sons of Our Fathers, Jones of Rome, and MX Tire Factory Connection, Lynx Racing KTM takes the win. Briar Stesic comes in second. Cole Luth, the number 29, comes in third. The number 955 of Landon George comes in fourth. Jonathan Palmer, the 122, in fifth. Miley Sittler in sixth. Rowan Schaefer in seventh. He's on the 196. And then 787 of Ryan Kittelstadt in eighth place. All right, next up, Race number 2 on the line. That'll be the 85 911 C class. In that class, we got the 15 of Jaden Saban out of Allison Park, Pennsylvania. The 082 of Alexander Gullis out of Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. The 95 of Braden Maturko out of Strattonville. The 101 of Travis Bartley out of Sarver. The 106 of Easton Redda out of Masontown. The 116 of Ryder Stone King out of McDonald. The 121 of Zach Gordon out of Shippensburg. The 151 of Zach Reimer out of Grove City. The 222 of Eli Coons out of Fayetteville. The 334 of Keegan McDade out of Edinburgh. The 420 of Xander Brown out of Charleroi. The 502 of Mason Prestiani out of York. The 509 of Ezra Beatty out of Washington. The 618 of Clint Snyder out of Pulaski. The 777 of Wayne Bertothy out of Phillipsburg. And the 998 of Isabella Likens out of Bellefonte. And there's your leader, the 101 of Travis Bartley. He's got the whole shot. And away he goes. 16 riders in this 85 911C. Up over the Scott Step Up. And up onto the Dragonback. So Travis Bartley on the Steel City Men's Clinic Cyber Auto Warehouse Podium Works Gas coming through the tail of the Dragon. Down the Mosatized downhill. And he's got some company. We got a good battle for the lead right now. Track's looking pretty mint. They left it packed in from all the rain they've had in the last, since our last race. Up through the MX6 triple doubles. Bartley heads down in the valley up into the Honda Bowl turn. Put a little bit of distance between he and the second place now. And up over the Himmler Excavating triple, there you see second place. And I think that's the, it's either Bertothy or Likens in second. I think that's Isabella Likens. Wow, out of Bellefonte. So Bartley in the lead as he makes a turn over the Fuel Factory Tunnel and down that start straight. Ezra Beatty, the 509, is in second. You see the 101 going through the Dunlop first turn. Ezra Beatty should be just coming in. Then the third is a 95 of Braden Maturko. Fourth is the 151 of Zach Reimer. And fifth, the 121 of Zach Gordon. Up over the Scott Step Up and into the Dragonback. The 85 C class. Our future stars of tomorrow. Down the Mosatized downhill. I'll tell you what, that bowl turn's getting real deep. So he brings it back up around the turn, down to the pond. Brings it up. The MX6 triple double. Good style there. Nice neutral body position. through the Honda Bowl turn. Coming up at the halfway point of the race. And again, so here we are, Bartley bringing it around at the halfway point of the race. Two laps in, 2 to go. Be all 4 laps today, except for the All-Stars. The 250 All-Stars will be a 5-lapper. And that's our 10th moto. Through the first turn and down the hill he goes. Travis Bartley out of Sarver, Pennsylvania. Up over the Scott step up. And around the dragon back now. This is our second place. The 509 of Beatty. And then third, that's Maturko. So, no, excuse me, that's Reimer there. Now Bartley going through some lappers there. Brings it around and down to the pond turn. White flag will be coming out this time around as our leader comes up, the MX6 triple double. Into the Honda Bowl turn. Up over the Himmler triple there. As you can see, it's some track looks really good. Here's your second place. That's Beatty, the 509. And white flag coming out for Travis Bartley out of Sarver, Pennsylvania. So 3 laps in, 1 to go. Through the first turn, one last time in this moto. And of course, it'll be a 2-moto day. I'll be back out here. The 502 of Mason Prestiani from York, Pennsylvania on the gas now up into 3rd place. Maturko back to 4th. So the 95 of Braden Maturko from Stratton, PA on the Podium Works Fly Race 100% KTM. Now back into 4th. Reimer in 5th, Likens in 6th, Gordon in 7th, Brown in 8th, Bertuzzi, the 777 in 9th, and now Brown is in 9th, Bertuzzi in 10th. That's brought to you by Kite Racing. Here's your leader, the 101 of Travis Bartley. Heads down to the pond turn. Up into his bowl turn. Makes its way up over the Himmler triple. And one last time through the MX Tire off camber. He's trying all kinds of lines. And the checkered flag is out. So Travis Bartley out of Sarver, Pennsylvania will take the win in this race number 2, the 85 911C, with the 509 of Ezra Beatty out of Washington on the gas coming in second. Mason Prestiani, the 502 on the gas in third. Braden Maturka, the number 95 on the KTM in fourth. Zach Reimer, the 151 on the gas in fifth. You can see the gap between Prestiani and Maturko. Maturko keeping it honest there. All right, 85 12 to 15 C class now on the line. That's race number 3. The number 16 of Joe Kimmel from Boswell, Pennsylvania. The 19 of Sean Shuck out of McDonald, Pennsylvania. The 27 of Theron Garwood out of Columbiana, Ohio. The 28 slash of Joey Quinn out of East Liverpool, Ohio. The 28 of Braden Bear out of Boswell. The 66 of Charlie Burnett out of Bushwood, Maryland. The 69 of Cole Tunstall out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The 70 of Dan McCutcheon out of Dunkirk, Maryland. The 98 of Carson Maurer out of Phillipsburg. The 111 of Damian Burkett out of Chambersburg. The 125 of Mason Yeager out of Clearfield. The 126 of Kylie Inman out of Harmony. The 227 Aiden Welliver out of Nescopic. The 269 of Bentley Connors out of Acme. The 284 of Roland Ulrich out of Manchester. The 316 of Derek Martin out of Narvin. The 330 of Bentley Flegel out of Chambersburg. The 421 Tristan Gordon out of Shippensburg. The 788 of Jace Kittelstadt out of Ranson. The 812 Trey Carter out of McDonald. The 922 of Jackson George out of Mineral Point. And the 963 of Alex Sandbarger out of Felton. 22 riders in this 85 12 to 15C. And waiting on the track to finish clearing up. Card goes up. We have the 2. Checks down the line. We're getting ready to race. Goes to 1. And we are underway. Under the Plum Contracting Bridge. The sound of Yellow Jackets in the business. All right, our 2 leaders battling it out. Looks like the 27 of Theron Garwood in second. Could be the 421 in the lead. Look at this battle down the Mosatai's downhill. Good battle for the lead there. That could be Aiden Welliver, the 227. It's out there. I see a 27. I'm just not sure of the number in front of it. They make the pond turn. He is your leader. But watch out for Garwood. They're on Garwood right there as they come up through the MX6 double. No, that's Trey Carter, the 812 in the lead. So Trey Carter out of McDonald, Pennsylvania on the KTM in the lead. Theron Garwood, the 27 in second place. Still a good battle going up over the Himmler Excavating Triple. And they make the left-hander up to the MX tire off camber. One of the hardest concepts you can learn in your young motorcycle career well, even, my God, it's all the way up to the pros. A lot of people have a hard time with the off cambers. So you see Carter and Garwood, 1 and 2, coming over the fuel factory tunnel. And just behind in third place, you see the 22 of Jackson George on the Yamaha. Fourth is the 69 of Cole Tunstall on the Husqvarna. Fifth, Kylie Inman, the 126 on the KTM. Kylie's been doing pretty good lately. And she's out of Harmony, Pennsylvania on the J. Inman Properties JR MX School, Podium Works, and I said on the KTM. There's your top 3 riders coming through the Dragon back. Now to the tail of the Dragon. And that turn in the tail of the Dragon there, little off camber, but boy does it get deep. Down through the Masetized bowl turn. Mositis. I've been tripping over that for 3 weeks now. So the MX6 triple double. Trey Carter out of McDonald, Pennsylvania, 15 years old. These kids just getting used to the racing. There's, router down. Look at that, top 3. A good battle there. Comes through. We're at the halfway point of the race. 2 in, 2 to go. And watch out. Here comes Tunstall making a charge. And that, of course, Jackson George all over Theron Garwood. So you can see the battle for second coming underneath of the Plum Contracting Bridge. So Theron Garwood and Jackson George going at it for second and third. Tunstall back off the pace a bit. Sean Shuck is now in fifth. Kylie Inman in sixth. Aiden Welliver in seventh. Megan Yeager in... Oh, and the leader goes down. So the 812 takes a dive. Look at this battle now. Boy, that is heated up. Around the tail of the Dragon. And down the Muscatized downhill. Ositis. I keep tripping over it. There's your battle for second. Garwood and George going at it. And Carter's really making it back up. He's put a little bit of distance between he and this heated battle for second. There's Garwood and George. Now it's a battle for the lead. So Carter didn't get quite far enough, and there's a lapper just ahead of him, so that's going to... Oh, look out. There's a second and third going by the lapper as we head into the off-camber. And Carter's getting an earful of Garwood right behind him. I was thinking bring it around here, and white flag will be coming out. At the Pro Action finish line, they make the turn one final time in this first moto of race number 3. Here we go, first and second. That's your second place rider of Garwood as they bring it around a lapper there. Here comes the third place up on that lapper. That's George, the 922. Oh, yeah. Going to make Carter work for this. Trey Carter on the dragon back, trying to thread the needle through the lappers here. Luckily, most of them have been off the side. Oh, watch the one on the inside. And a most nice turn. All right, there's your leader. Trey Carter down to the pond turns. Doing pretty good. They've actually got 2 lines through there. As he makes it up the MX6 triple-double. Down into the valley to the bowl turn. One last time through the off camber. And you could actually, I mean, if you could put somebody between you and the second place going through there, that's going to help quite a bit. So using the back markers to his advantage. Checkered flag is out. And Trey Carter, the 812 rider from McDonald, Pennsylvania, will take the win. The battle for second. And it looks like it's going to be Garwood. So Garwood, the number 27 in second. The 28 slash of Quinn was in third on the last lap. Let's see whether it's going to be he or George, the 922, as they bring it in here. And it is Quinn. So Quinn, the 28 slash. Joey Quinn out of East Liverpool, Ohio, on the Podium Works Beaver Creek Cycle FXR 100% Twin Air Husqvarna. In third, the 922 of Jackson George in fourth. Next up, race number 4, the 65 711C. And 27 riders in this class. The 2 of Tim Stanos, the 3 of Loris Taglieri, the 7 of Bradley Gardner, the 11X of Grayson Stafford, the 13 of Mason Atwood, the 15X of Raymond Peluso, the 15 of Mason Shoemaker, the 27 of Brock Conley, the 54 of Paisley Jade, the 56 of Landon Menser, the 61 of Jackson Petro, the 65J of Jackson Snyder, the 69 of Tucker Pence, the 106 of Easton Retta, the 116 of Ryder Stone King, the 121 Zach Gordon, the 164 of Chance Thomas, the 217 of Chaz Atwood, the 225 Sebastian Velasquez, the 228 of Miles Burgess, the 243 of Jace Hollabal, the 315 of Levi Bastian, the 520 of Keegan Lerman, the 910 of Ellis Jackson, the 921 of Jax Maturko, the 998I of Isabella Likens, and the 998A of Addison Likens. So that is race number 4 on the line. As you can see, kind of low cloud day. Had a little bit of dust control fall earlier, but looking pretty nice right now. One cart is up. He'll turn it sideways, and we're going to be underway. And it's the 121 of Zach Gordon out of Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. Gets the whole shot, and he is your leader. 10 years old on a Cobra. Up over the Scott step up. And through the dragon back he goes. Zach Gordon comes around the tail of the dragon. and down the Mosatized downhill. All right, here's our battle for second. Wow. Three-way battle for second. It's the number 7 of Bradley Gardner in second place. Third is I think that's the 921 of Maturko. But what a battle. Look at those three going at it. And let's see, that's like the Tucker Pence, I believe, the 69 from Grampian. Taking over third spot. But good battle going right there. Back to our leader, the 121 of Zach Gordon. Up over the Himmler triple. And here's our third and fourth riders. Second, third, and fourth. That's Bradley Gardner in second. And he got multiple lines through there. So the green flag is out, and there's the 121 of Zach Gordon in the lead. This all-important battle for second now. The number 7 of Gardner, then it's the 520 of Lerman, and then the 116 of Ryder Stone King. So Keegan Lerman in third, Ryder Stone King, the 116 in fourth, Raymond Peluso, the 15X in fifth, Chaz Atwood, the 217 on the Kawasaki in sixth. Still a good battle going. As they head up over top of the Scott Step Up. There's your leader in the Dragonback. That's the 121 of Zach Gordon. Look at this battle for second. So Bradley Gardner's got his hands full. Here comes Lerman, the 520, putting the pressure on. And looks like they're already getting into lappers. Down the Mosatized downhill. All right, there's you see the leader down the bottom screen and the battle for second over top of it. The leader just making the turn out of the pond area, headed up the MX6 triple-double. Gardner, he's pulling a little bit on Lerman, the 520 in third place. Lerman, he's a jumper. Airing it out, picks up a little bit of the time he lost. So Keegan Lerman trying to keep the Cobra of Bradley Gardner right there in front of him. Up over the triple. They bring it around. That's your leader, the 121 of Gordon. There's the battle for second. That's Gardner and Lerman. All right, lap number 2. Running 2:32, so that's our leader, Zach Gordon. Down into the Dunlop first turn. Takes a look over his shoulder. And of course, anybody he can pass, he's going to use as a blocker now. Oh, yellow flag. I hope that's not our leader down. Yep, leader made it through, so getting into deep in the lappers now. There's our leader, Zach Gordon, coming through the Dragon back. All right, now the battle for second. Gardner and Lerman, look at that battle. They are in deep in lappers there. Lappers are great if you can get ahead of them, use them to block the other guy, but in a tight turn like that, it really, really eats you up. Uh-oh. Not good. There's the pass. So Lerman now moves up into second place. Gardner back to third. Just a bad line choice. Got behind a lapper. Again, you can use them to your advantage, but they can also use you and make it their advantage. So Lerman, Keegan Lerman, the 520 now into second. Here comes Gardner. Bradley Gardner, he's not giving it up. So I like that for second place. The 2 and 1 can beat a 1 and 2. But 3 and 1, that's tough. All right. Bring it around third lap. White flag will be coming out. There's Lerman going through there. And I believe that is our leader, Zach Gordon. Brings it in, gets the white flag, 1 lap to go. Lerman in second, Gardner in third. So leader underneath of the Plum Contracting Bridge into the Dunlop first turn. So Gordon in the lead. Lerman second, Gardner third, Ryder Stone King in fourth, Chaz Atwood in fifth. The 15 of Raymond Peluso, Mason Shoemaker in sixth place. Peluso in seventh. Rita in eighth. Fitzwilliam in ninth. And Snyder rounds out the top 10. Brought to you by Valley Ford Trucks. That top 10 rundown. Down the Moser Ties downhill. I'm having a hard time with Mositis. Great dealership. We're proud that they're in here sponsoring a portion of this Dylan Slusser weekend. There's our leader. Down into the valley, makes it through the Honda Bowl turn. Over the Himmler Excavating Triple. Last time in this moto. Takes a look over his shoulder one last time. And the run to the checkers. So Zach Gordon out of Shippensburg, Pennsylvania on the Cobra takes the win in the 65 711C. There's your second place of it is. Gardner got him back. Wow. So Gardner takes second, Keegan Lerman in third, Ryder Stonekig in fourth. So race number 5 coming up. It is the Micro E 3 to 5, which is actually 3 to 5. It's a class. It's 4 to 7 years old. So the electric bike's coming out. The number 2 of Van Russler, the 17 of Hudson Rhodes, the 39 of Rivers Rice, the 51T of Trake Mahoney, or Moni, excuse me, the 51 of Axel Elliott, the 66 of Max Russler, the 100 of Nick Black, the 226 of Otto Gardner, the 318 of Maverick Chan, the 528 of Nolan Rich, the 602 of Maverick Novak, and the 905 of Cameron Maturko. Keep an eye on Maverick Chan. He did well a couple weeks ago. There's our card person. Getting ready as we get our track clear. Hey, don't forget, next race coming up is going to be the Jeremiah Jones ATV National, Pro National, and that'll be the first weekend of July, the 6th and 7th, 5th, 6th, 7th. So practice on Friday and the pros on Saturday. So if you've never seen one, you need to, and if you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's a fantastic race. And, of course, being on that weekend, it will be fireworks and just a great time. So come and join us for the July 6th and 7th, the Jeremiah Jones AMA ATV Pro National right here at Pleasure Valley. But we've got a lot of racing left this weekend. We are just starting into it today. Again, we're going to have 2 days of this. Tomorrow is going to be absolutely amazing. $45,000 in money and prizes. Still trying to get the track clear. That's for what's causing the delay. E-bikes 4 to 7 years old. And boy, the strides they've made in the few years that they've been out. Cobra, of course, now entering the fray to battle with the KTMs and Husqvarnas. The first ones coming out were the KTMs, and there's some problems with, they were low voltage, high amperage, so I had overheating problems. Of course, used a lot of power. But now Cobra's coming in here with a higher voltage, lower amperage, and could change things up. Kind of like when the Yamaha invented the monoshock and changed racing forever, going away from two shocks to the single backbone shock. And Cobra's coming out with their MX6 and MX8. It'll be the 6585. So the expansion of electric motorcycles is really, really, it's coming whether you like it or not. And again, the technology is there. One of the things it doesn't do, I mean, they still create dust, but the noise goes away. Of course, I like the noise. And again, it doesn't matter whether you like it. They are here, and they are going to stay. All right, 2 card is up. And we are underway. It's the 39 of Rivers Rice and the 318 of Maverick Chan. That is first and second. Rivers Rice out of Thorn Bell, Pennsylvania. On the podium works First Bike, Fast Track, Dunlop, MX Tire, Thor, 6D, Catalyst, Driven MX, T-Rex, Minton, EVS, 100%, KK and Papa, Fryer Excavating, Rich Gas, KTM. Up over the Scott Step Up they go. And look at this battle for third. We got it going here. Oh, now we got a battle for the lead. Here comes Maverick Chan. Chan puts it on the inside and takes the lead as they are coming through the Dragon back. So Maverick Chan, the 318 from Pittsburgh, on the full throttle fades, Mom and Dad, Podium Works, Jones and Roman, Fast Track Moto, First Bike Moto Pigs, Moto Milfs, KTM. So up through the MX Tire off camber. Look at the battle for second. It's a three-way battle for second. So Rivers Rice in second right now, but watch out. Third and fourth right there. They make the turn to come down the finish straightaway. There's your leader at the base there. That's Maverick Chan. And there's the battle for second. And they're side by side for second. So that's Rivers Rice and the third place. I think that 51 is Axel Elliott. So this is the battle for second. There's Maverick Chan in the lead. There's the battle for second. And I think that's Hudson Rhodes. There's your leader, Maverick Chan. Look at this battle for the lead. That's the 17 of Hudson Rhodes from Street, Maryland. All right, here's the battle for first and second with Chan. Up over the Scott Step Up. And he's back in. Oh, look at this. What a battle. Side by side. Over the dragon back they go. Chan has retaken the lead. And that should still be the 17 of Hudson Rhodes, the Maryland rider. Maverick Chan out of Pittsburgh, local rider, in the lead. Rhodes on his back fender. Tight battle here. Look at this battle for the lead as they bring it around here. Should be a white flag coming out this time. No, it isn't. Okay, second lap. 2 to go. And it looks like the 17 has taken the lead now. So Hudson Rhodes in the lead. Maverick Chan in second. Down the downhill they go. The 39 of Rivers Rice in third place. Trake Money, the 51T, in fourth. Axel Elliott, the 51, in fifth. Maverick Novak, the 602, in sixth place. Otto Gardner, the 226, in seventh. Nolan Rich, the 528, in eighth. Max Russler, the 66, in ninth. And Nick Black rounds out the top 10, as brought to you by Kite Racing. Here we are. This is the battle for the lead. And Hudson Rhodes with the lead. Maverick Chan in second. White flag coming out this time around as they get through the off-camber. Make the turn towards the home stretch area. White flag coming out. And the checkers. I was right. So the checkered flag is out, and Hudson Rhodes out of Street, Maryland on the KTM will take the win. The 318 of Maverick Chen out of Pittsburgh on the full throttle fades. Mom and Dad Podium Works, Jones and Roman MX School, Fast Track Moto, KTM with the win, second. Third should go to Rivers Rice out of Farmville, Pennsylvania on the Podium Works. First bike, Fast Track Dunlop, MX Tire, Thor, 6D Catalyst, Driven MX, Trex Minton, KTM. Fourth went to the 51T of Trake Mahoney out of Washington, Pennsylvania. And fifth to the 51 of Axel Elliott. Axel Elliott out of Parker, Pennsylvania on the Maverick Electric, Nebel Excavating, Schwarzfarger Farms, Gas. Race number 6 is on the line. We're getting ready to go. 13 riders in this Schoolboy 2 14-17. The 08 of Carson Placci out of Frewsburg, New York. The 13 of Timmy Beam out of Shippensburg. The 20 of Cole Covert out of Manchester. The 29 of Cole Lute out of Clymer. The 66 of Dominic Getz out of Renfrew. The 259 of Lucas Lekorchek out of Johnstown. The 413 of Landon Buchanan out of Dubois. The 534 of Robbie Baker out of 84. The 559 Joe Shipley, he's already got a win today out of Indiana. The 708 of Caleb McDonald out of Reynoldsville. The 711 of Eric Gerke out of Portersville. The 734 of Reese Wheaton out of Irwin. And the 923 of Colton Snyder out of Pulaski. That is Schoolboy 2. Track really does look good. I was worried that when we first got here this morning that it was going to be a complete mud fest, but it seems to have dried up pretty well. All right, 2 card goes up. He checks the line. And here we go. Schoolboy 2. Watch the 559. It's a Kawasaki with the hole shot, and I'm thinking it's Joe Shipley, but we'll check it as they come up over this Scott step up. And it is the 559, but rider right beside him, and that's a 734 of Reese Wheaton. So Reese Wheaton out of Irwin is your leader now, with Joe Shipley out of Indiana, Pennsylvania in second. Good battle in third and fourth there as we watch Reese Wheaton and Joe Shipley going at it. Here comes Shipley making a charge as they head up to the MX6 triple doubles. And battle for the lead on the bottom. And there's your battle for third as they come into the valley headed towards the bowl turn. The Honda bowl turn and the Himmler excavating triple now. So your leaders down at the bottom there. Reese Wheaton, the 734, still in the lead. 559 to Shipley in second. As they make the turn. And get the green flag. So here you see Wheaton and Shipley over the fuel factory tunnel. Reese Wheaton trying to put some distance. They get around that Mercedes. There's your third place rider, the 711 of Eric Gerke out of Portersville. And it looks like he's put some distance over the fourth place ride. Here's your battle. First and second, Reese Wheaton making it a true triple there. On that Himmler excavating triple. Up across the top of the off camber. Shipley just staying with him. Studying his lines. Finding the place that he, if it's possible to get him, he's going to pass him. Second lap in now. Gerke, the 711 in third. Covert, the number 20 in fourth. Fifth is the Dominic Getz, the number 66. Through the Dunlop first turn they go. Reese Wheaton just wants to get out of there. Shipley hanging in, though. He is a tough competitor. Through the dragon back down to the tail. And through that little off camber. Down through the Mercedes downhill and into the bowl turn. And up through the MX6 triple double. There's your first and second going over the Himmler excavating triple. And up into the MX tire off camber. Look at this battle as they bring it in here and get the white flag. 1 lap to go, and Shipley making a move. Just about side by side as they make the turn and head towards that fuel factory tunnel. We've got a battle. There's Wheaton just ahead of Shipley. Shipley studied the lines, and he's making his move now. He goes around him on the outside. Down the downhill they go. Joe Shipley on the MX6 Racing, Sons of Our Fathers, Jones of Roman, MX Tire Factory Connection, Lynx Racing, Kawasaki. Now your leader. Here comes Reese Wheaton. He's not going to give it up. Not without a fight. Through the tail of the dragon they go. Lapper wisely gets out of the way. Oh, little bobble there. That cost him some time. Down through the Mercedes section. Through the Honda Bull turn. Reese Wheaton trying to get a drive out of that. But Shipley's matching him jump for jump there. Here they go. They're side by side. Here's the battle as they come through the off-camber. Wheaton tries the bottom and not going to be able to do it. So Joe Shipley will take the win, and Reese Wheaton will come in second. Now the battle for third. The 7-11 of Eric Gerke and the 20 of Cole Curvert should be a tight battle. Curvert was just about 6 seconds back the last lap. Let's see how the comes through here. And Gerke, the 7-11, will take third. There's your fourth place rider. That's Covert, the number 20. And Getz will round out the top 5. Race number 7 is on the line as we get ready to go. Girls 9-6. 5 riders. The 8 of Giada Peluso from Valencia. The 126 of Kylie Inman from Harmony. The 808 of Madison Musquire out of New Bedford. The 998I Isabella Likens from Bellefonte. And the 998A Addison Likens, also of Bellefonte. Here they come up into the first turn. Into the Dunlop first turn. All right, here we go. We are going up to the Scott Step Up. Having a little camera issue there. Sorry we can't get any closer right now. And that's going to be one of the Likens. I have to get a closer look at her. Down through the tail of the dragon. All right, and that is the 808. So it's Madison Musquire out of New Bedford on the Viral brand Point View Cycle, Speed Farm, SGP Racing, Rob's YCF, WP AMX, Keystone, Terry Photography, KTM. Up through the MX6, triple double. Up into the Honda Bowl turn. Good line there. And the Himmler Excavating Triple. There's your second place rider, and it's the Kylie Inman, the 126 rider. So Inman through the MX tire off camber. Brings it through. There's your leader. Madison Musquire gets the green flag. Musquire over the Fuel Factory Tunnel, under the Plum Contracting Bridge, and into the Dunlop first turn. The 126 of Inman is second. Third is a 998 of Isabel Likens. Fourth is the number 8 of Giada Peluso out of Valencia, Pennsylvania. And there's the 808 of Madison Musquire. Down through the Moser Ties downhill, makes the turn. All right, there's your third place riders. That is Likens, the 998. 998I headed down to the pond turn. And she heads up into the MX6 triple double. Now back to our leader, Musquire over the Himmler Excavating Triple, headed towards the off camber. You can see how rough it's getting in that off camber already. And she brings it through. Lap number 2. Halfway through the race, Madison Musquire turning a 2:22.301 on that last lap. Kylie Inman, the 126, turning a 2:21.715. Isabella Likens just about to come through the traps on her KTM. And Giada Peluso in fourth. Our leader negotiating with the Dragon back. Brings it around. You can see the second place starting to creep up some, so watch out. Kylie Inman making a charge here out of Harmony, Pennsylvania. And she's on the J. Inman Properties JRMX School Podium Works KTM. That's our second place of Kylie Inman. And our leader, our leader Musquire up the top of the hill, makes it down into the Honda Bowl turn. Got caught in a yawn on that one. So she brings it up into the MX tire. There we go. Look at that. You see the gap there. That's the second place rider. Kylie Inman. And back to our leader. There's the gap. Mind the gap. Brings it in. White flag comes out. 1 lap to go. Kylie Inman making a charge there. Let's see if she can make it effective as they come up to the fuel factory tunnel. Underneath the Plum Contracting Bridge and into the Dunlop first turn. Lycan sitting there, Isabel Lycan sitting there all by herself, about 21 seconds back behind this battle for the lead. And it's heating up. Inman in second, Musquire in the lead as they come through the tail of the Dragon. Pressure's on Madison. Through the Mosites Bowl turn. Down around the pond turn and headed up the MX6 triple-double. You can see the gap between the top two riders. Good race. Madison Musquire up through that bowl turn, the Honda Bowl and the Himmler Excavating Triple. Takes the top line. Look at that. That track is working her. She brings it in, and the checkered flag comes out. So Madison Musquire will take the win. Kylie Inman, the 126 in second. Isabella Likens, the 998i from Belafont in third, and Giada Peluso, the number 8 rider from Valencia, will come in fourth. Race number 8. So after race 9, we're going to be going to a break for a few minutes. They got to do a little bit of track maintenance. But race number 8, the Micro 1 4-6 Shaft Limited is on the line. The X of Talon Shoemaker, the 2 of Van Rustler, the 5 of Riker Shawless, the 39 of Rivers Rice, the 51 of Trake Mahoney, the 66 of Max Rustler, the 71 of James Wenger, the 100 of Nick Black, the 212 of Hudson Whippo, the 226 of Otto Gardner, the 318 Maverick Chan, the 329 of Josh Schmerl, the 345 of Jack Fote, the 352 of Maverick Bentley, the 528 of Nolan Rich, the 556 of David Toast, the 817 of Bo Chan, and the 918 of Connor McKinney. 18 riders on the line on the PWs as they get ready to go. And again, we're going to do the Micro 1, race number 8, and then the 250 All-Star, race number 9. Then we'll be taking a 15 or 20-minute break before we come back with the second set of motos. So you can see the sky. I mean, right now it's holding off, and track conditions are they're perfect. But we've had a couple spells of dust control falling. And here they come up into the first turn. The P-Dubs. And it's the 39 of Rivers Rice in the lead. Rivers got the whole shot in the e-bike. Oh, second place goes down. And that could be a lot of them. As I said, 18 riders. Yeah. Second place all the way back to, I'd say 10th now. Here comes our P-Dubs. Rivers Rice out of Farmville, Pennsylvania, 5 years old. On the podium works first bike, Fast Track, Dunlop, MX Tire, Thor, 6D Catalyst, Driven MX, Trex Minton, EVS 100, KK Papa, Fryer Excavating, Rich Gas, Yamaha. Oh, look at that for him. He's a racer. Rivers Rice. That's our second place. I think that's Maverick Chan, the 318. Maverick Chan out of Pittsburgh on the Full Throttle Fades. Mom and Dad Podium Works, Jones Roman MX School, Fast Track Moto, First Bike, Moto Pigs, Moto Milfs, Yamaha. And look at this. We got a battle now. Rivers and Maverick Chan going at it. Up around the Fuel Factory Tunnel and headed down towards that Dunlop first turn again. There's Chan, the number 318. Otto Gardner, the 226 in third. Nolan Rich, the 528 in fourth. Connor McKinney, the 918 in fifth. Drake Money, the 51 in sixth. Talon Shoemaker, Racer X in seventh. James Wenger, the 71 in eighth. Nick Black, the 109th. And Max Russler, the number 66, rounds out the top 10. And that's brought to you by MXers for Jesus. Look at this battle for the lead. Rivers Rice in the lead. Here's Maverick Chan right behind him as they make that downhill run. Chan in striking distance. Rivers Rice right now. Look at this. Chan makes a charge and couldn't get through there fast enough. Coming up on a lapper. Rivers Rice in the lead. There's Chan, Maverick Chan right behind him. They get around the lapper, head towards the Fuel Factory Tunnel. Chan tries the inside. Rivers Rice held it on long enough and tight enough. They defeated that charge. Into the first turn they go. Good battle. Rivers Rice in the yellow. Rivers Rice has pretty good run there. Watch out, here they come. Maverick Chan trying to make a charge. Rivers Rice on the inside. Chan trying to set him up so he can get him. He'll get the inside on this turn. So, good block. Good block. Rivers Rice. I mean, it's not intuitive, but that was a good shutdown there. Here we go. Chan's still going at him as they come through the MX off-camber bypass. Chan tries the inside this time. Rivers Rice carried enough speed through there. He's okay. Lapper in the middle there. White flag comes out, 1 lap to go. Man, this has been an intense battle the whole time. Maverick Chan, the 318 in second. Rivers Rice, oh, a little bobble there. Rivers Rice saves it. Over the fuel factory tunnel. Under the Plum Contracting Bridge and into the Dunlop first turn. Oh. They're making it through pretty clean. Got to watch out for those paddling Madeline legs there. There we go. Chan making another charge. Maverick Chan, he's trying everything. Rivers Rice has had an answer for everything so far. Rice takes the inside. Here goes Chan to the outside. He's going to try to set him up last time, like he did last time. Goes to the inside. They're side by side. Chan takes the lead. Let's see if Rivers Rice can carry the momentum on the outside. And it looks like Chan is your leader now. So Maverick Chan has taken over the lead as they head towards the MX Tire off-camber bypass. Here's a lapper. Let's see if that holds them up. Maverick Chan. Let's see. Here comes Rivers Rice trying to make a charge on him. They are side by side, and the lapper's in ahead of them. And I'm going to have to say it's Chan. So Chan was the first one across the transponder, so he will get the win. Rivers Rice coming in second, the number 39 rider. Otto Gardner, the number 226, should be third, just ahead of Nolan Rich, the 528. Moto number 9 coming up. This is going to be the fast one today. The 250 All-Star A and B class. The 3 of Cooper Geppert out of Grantsville, Pennsylvania. The 62 of Jake Ingram out of Penfield, Pennsylvania. The 63 of Talon Thompson out of Mercer, Pennsylvania. The 65 of Christian McCauley out of Morgantown, West Virginia. The 83 of Bryant Shapiro out of Gardner, New York. The 97 of Noah Stevens out of Danbury, North Carolina. The 333 of Tyler Coulter out of Brookfield, Ohio. The 437, Vinny Luhovy out of Greensburg. The 456 of Paxton Lipinski out of White House, Ohio. The 462 of Luke Fowler from Midland, Pennsylvania. The 559 of Joe Shipley out of Indiana, Pennsylvania. The 611, Bill Sokol out of Commodore. The 620 of Peyton Jackson from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. The 722, Ben Nelco out of Aliquippa. The 731, Steve Roman out of Export. The 734 of Reese Wheaton out of Irwin. The 800 of Preston Masiangelo out of Waterford, Ontario, Canada. And the 904 TJ Squibb out of Derry, Pennsylvania. Mascangelo had a great second moto. His first moto at the qualifiers just didn't work out very well for him. But we got Reese Wheaton out there, Steve Roman, Peyton Jackson out of Carolina, Bill Sokol, Joe Shipley, Luke Fowler, Vinny Luhovy. A lot of pros out there, along with the B riders. Waiting for the P-dubs to clear off the track. We're going to take a break and go to commercials after this race. It's a 5-lap race for the big boys, the 250 All-Stars. 18 riders on the line. And boy, what a payback this weekend is bringing. Not sure of the breakdown on this one, but it is a money race on a Saturday. Again, we have to make sure all the P-dubs are off the track. 2 card goes up. We're getting ready. First of our money races this weekend on the Dillon Slusser Memorial Weekend. There's the 1. Turn it sideways. Watch for Stevie Roman and Fowler on this hole shot. Good run from the outside. And it's the 6'11 of Sokol that gets the hole shot, but that's not the most important part. The big one, wow, look at that. He's pulled a nice lead there as he comes up over the Scott step up onto the dragon back. Watch for Mascangelo also. That's some very fast B riders out there. Down the Mercedes downhill. Here's the battle for 4th. Oh, man, there's Stevie Roman making a move. Up over the MX6 triple-double. That's Roman there in the center of that fray. Up through the bowl turn, there's your leaders. Bill Sokol leading right now. Good hole shot. Green flag is out. Here we go. And it's Luke Fowler. Luke Fowler is the leader now. The 462 of Fowler. Then the 97 of Noah Stevens in second. Vinny Lahovi, the 437 in third. Preston Masciangelo, the 800 in fourth. Steve Roman, the 731 in fifth. Beth Nelka, the 722 in sixth. Bill Sokol, the 611 in seventh. Peyton Jackson, the 620 in eighth. Joe Shipley, the 559 in ninth. And Reese Wheaton, the 734, rounds up the top 10. Brought to you by the Whole Shot Grill. Luke Fowler has been riding incredibly the last few weeks here. Just getting faster as the day goes on. Look at him powering out of that pond turn up into the MX6 triple-double. Fowler on the mom and dad, Daniel Blair, Jediah Monster Army, Point Use Cycle, PR2 Dunlop, TLD 100%, POD, Alpenstars, Pro Taper, FMS, Hinson Kilgore's, Semix, OGO, Ethica, Motorex, KTM. Bringing it in to put lap number 2 in. Fowler running a 145.443 on that last lap. Noah Stevens at a 147. Vinny Luhovi at a 146. Preston Masangelo is at a 146 also. Steve Roman at 147. Ben Nelko 149. So that's your top 6 riders and their times on the lap. Luke Fowler is just on fire. Fowler brings it out of the tail of the dragon. Down Down the Mercedes downhill. There's your second of Stevens, Luhovi, and Masangelo as they head around the pond turn. Tight battle there. Noah Stevens out of Danbury, North Carolina on the KTM. And then you see, there's your leader, Fowler, headed up into the MX tire, and then there's your second, third, and fourth on the top screen. Look at that battle. Oh, and Masangelo trying to get around Luhovi there. Here we go, side by side. The Canadian putting the Russian there. Stevens still in second. Luhovi in third. Masangelo in fourth. Stevie Roman in fifth. Nelko in sixth. Jackson, Wheaton, and Shipley, seventh, eighth, and ninth. They got a nice battle going for seventh. Here's our leader, and look at the battle for second. So Stevens and Luhovi. Vinny Luhovi, he had a fairly good Supercross season. He made a few races. All right, battle for second on top. The leader down at the bottom there. You see him get through the bowl turn. Here's your second, third, fourth through the bowl turn. Stevens, Luhovi, and Masangelo. Up the MX6 triple-double. There's your second, third, and fourth on the top. And you see Luke Fowler out of Midland on the bottom screen. Oh, look at this, side by side for third place right now. Luhovi and Masangelo going at it. Vinny Luhovi, the 437 rider. As I said, he had pretty good Supercross season. He qualified for a couple. I'm glad to see that. Of course, he's got the outdoor season coming up. There's our leader, Luke Fowler, through the tail of the Dragon. Down the Mercedes downhill. You see the battle for second, third, and fourth right there on the top. So tight group as we watch this battle for second. Going through the valley up into the Honda bowl turn. You can see the top two. So that's Masangelo and Luhovi, third and fourth, as they head into the MX tire off camber. Luke Fowler, this is a 5-lap race. So the checkered flag comes out. And Luke Fowler with the win. Noah Stevens comes in second. Masangelo comes in third. Vinny Luhovi in fourth. Steve Roman in fifth. Peyton Jackson in sixth. Ben Nelko in seventh. Reese Wheaton in eighth. Joe Shipley in ninth. Paxton Lipinski rounds out the top 10. All right. Well, we are going to take a break. They've got some track maintenance to do. We're going to put some commercials out there for you, and we'll be back shortly with the second round of motos. Moto number 2s are coming up right here on rmgsports.net.
Ride MX34.
Ride MX34.
I'm Gavin Towers, Ride MX34.
I'm Drew Adams, Ride MX34.
Ride MX34.
Ride MX34.
My name's Colin Humphrey, and I ride MX34.
My name's Adam Intignap, and I ride MX34.
Check out the all-new MX34 from Dunlop.
All new MX34 from Dunlop.
Tom Young here, ride Dunlop MX34.
I'm Justin Cooper, ride Dunlop MX34.
Josh Mota, ride MX34.
I'm Hunter Lawrence, ride Dunlop MX34.
Ride Dunlop MX34. I'm Hayden Deegan, ride Dunlop MX34.
I'm Jet Lyons, ride Dunlop MX34.
Johnstown's going through a lot of changes. Our community is turning into this outdoorsy town that's very welcoming. And our company at JWF Industries changing, looking at the progress we've made with high technology and a family atmosphere. If you're from Johnstown, stay here, see the opportunities. If you left Johnstown, come back and see the difference in our town, see the differences at JWF Industries, the technology, and a great future here. We're at JWF, we're all about faith, family, and country.
On or off the road, Honda builds it. You want it, and the new 5-Star Power Sports Bedford County has got it. Conveniently located on Route 30, just across from the Bedford Everett Walmart. 5-Star's got a huge selection of Honda bikes, quads, side-by-sides, and tons of parts and accessories. No one stocks more. 5-Star Power Sports Bedford County.
5-Star Power Sports. You were born ready for this.
How would you like to go to a school where we take into consideration how students learn best? Well, we do that because we find if we can build the curriculum around the things you are interested in, you're going to do a better job. The mission at On Track School is that educational success is possible while chasing your dreams. Not only will our staff help students to achieve success, they will cheer you on to the finish line. We encourage you to check out On Track School at ontrackschool.com, where we can help you chase your dreams and still get a quality education.
ontrackschool.com. Check it out.
Valley Truck Centers and Valley Automotive Group. We're the proud sponsors of professional Supercross rider Jeremy Hand. For over 30 years, Valley has been a trusted teammate in the motocross community. Good luck to all racers for a safe and successful 2024 season.
Hey guys, welcome to Cernic Cycle World, your premier power sports destination. Come on in and check it out. We stock the best products from Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Yamaha, KTM, also Kia. That means we have something for the whole family. We also have a full-service parts department ready to help you with the newest parts, accessories, apparel, and gear from all the top brands. We have our 40,000 square feet showroom with over 500 new and used units, ready for immediate delivery. Easy on-the-spot financing, good credit, bad credit, we can help. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we'll get it. Come see why nobody beats a Cernic deal. Or shop online 24/7 at www.cernics.com.
The history of Loretta Lynn's deepens. 30 championships, all backed by Dunlop motorcycle tires.
That kid's got heart.
Win the title, Casey Cochran. It's Alex Collins.
Got our GeoMax MX-14 ready to go.
Max Bennick.
right, we are back live. It's time for the second motos. Welcome to Pleasure Valley Raceway. As we are in our glory this weekend, it's the Dylan Slusser Memorial Weekend. And, of course, look at that track. It is absolutely gorgeous right now. And we are starting our race number 1, moto number 2, Schoolboy 1, 12-17. In the first moto, Joe Shipley, the 559, took the win. The one car is sideways, and we're getting ready to go. Second place went to the 24 of Briar Stesick out of Colliers, West Virginia. Third going to the 29 of Cole Lute. Under the Plum Bridge and into the Dunlop first turn. And it's the 559 of Shipley. Joe Shipley out of Indiana, Pennsylvania on the MX6 Racing. Sons of Our Fathers, Jones and Roman, MX Tire, Factory Connection, Lynx Racing, KTM. There's the battle for third. And I think it's a 550. Still can't see the number, sorry. The 955 of Landon George. I see him. As they make the turn down to the pond. And the 122 of Jonathan Palmer just behind him. Up over the MX6 triple doubles. Here's your leader. 559, Joe Shipley out of Indiana, Pennsylvania. Brings it around. Green flag coming out. There's Joe Shipley up over the Fuel Factory Tunnel. Your second place, the 29 of Cole Lute. The 24 is Stesick. Briar Stesick in third place. Fourth is the 955 of Landon George. Fifth is Jonathan Palmer, the 122 rider. Colton Wetchen, the 142 and 6th. Paxton Rebman, the 102 and 7th. Rowan Schaefer, the 196 and 8th. Ryan Kittelstead, the 787 and 9th. And Wayne Gephardt, the number 8, rounds out the top 10. That's brought to you by Tom Cycle at Top 10 Rundown. There's your leader, Joe Shipley. Down the Mositis, downhill into the bold turn at the base. There's your second place rider, the number 29 of Cole Lute. On the MX Tire, Jones and Roman Training, PR2 O'Neill Scott KTM. Around the pond and headed up the triple double. Back to our leader, Joe Shipley over the Himmler Excavating triple. That's our third place. That's Stesick. So Briar Stesick, the 24 out of Colliers, West Virginia, on the Jones and Roman MX School Husqvarna, as he heads up into the MX Tire off camber. Leader comes in, lap number 2. We are halfway through this race. And right now it's Shipley with a 1 and 1. Love that math. 1 and 1 equals 1. You see him drop down towards the entrance of the Dragonback. There's your second place, Cole Lute, and then the third of Stesick, Briar Stesick, West Virginia rider. There's Cole Lute coming through the Dragon back. And the leader going down the Mositis downhill and bowl turn. I had to work hard on that. Mositis just does not roll off my tongue. It's kind of like when working with Rob Bidas. Doesn't come off the tongue. And there's our third place rider. That's Briar Stesick. Down around the pond turn. Oh. Rolling pretty good. Now back to Shipley, Joe Shipley, coming up through the MX tire off camber. He'll be coming around getting the white flag, 1 lap to go. Brings it around through the first turn. Cool and confident on that YZ quarter leader. Up over the Scott step up. And across the Dragon back. One last time for today. Through the tail of the Dragon. And down the Mositis, downhill and bowl turn. It's around the pond turn and up over the MX6 triple double. Doesn't seem to be bothering him at all. Watched him come up from the 50s, now up to a 250 and of course in B class. Glad to see it. Good rider. One last time through the off camber. And down to the Pro Action finish line and gets the checkered flag. So Joe Shipley out of Indiana, Pennsylvania on the MX6 Racing, Sons of Our Fathers, Jones and Roman, MX Tire Factory Connection, Links Connection, KTM with the win. Here's the battle for second. Oh, man, down to the wire. He's making the run and just not enough. Wow. So Cole Lute finishes in second. Briar Stesick, the 24, in third. Landon George, the 955, will bring it in fourth. Jonathan Palmer, the 122, will round out the top 5. Next up, the 85 911C. And in the first moto, the 101 of Travis Bartley from Sarver, Pennsylvania, had the win. Second went to the 509 of Ezra Beatty out of Washington, Pennsylvania. Third place going to the 502 of Mason Prestiani out of York, Pennsylvania. Fourth place going to the 95 of Braden Maturko out of Strattonville, Pennsylvania. Fifth place going to the 151 of Zach Reimer out of Grove City, Pennsylvania. Sixth going to the 998I of Isabella Likens. Okay, we're going to take it down to Andy on the podium.
Make sure that I get the mic right.
Joe Shipley, Schoolboy 1, overall the winner for the day. great motos out there on an epic track. Why don't you tell us about them?
Yeah, I got off to a good start in this moto and just rode my own pace. Ended up getting the win.
Who do you want to thank?
MX Tire, MX6, Jones and Roman, Grange Construction, Sons of Our Fathers, Factory Connection, and that's it. Lynx Racing.
Back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Andy. Out on the track, Travis Bartley, the 101 rider, is your leader out of Sarver, Pennsylvania. To see him come through the Mositis bolt turn. Makes a turn at the base of the pond and up over the MX6 triple double. Up to the Honda bowl turn. Makes the left-hander right up into the MX tire off camber. Bartley brings it in to the Pro Action finish line, get the green flag, and we are underway. Race number 2, moto number 2. Ezra Beatty, the 509, in second, about 4 seconds back, almost 5 seconds. So Bartley is serious about this one. The 502 of Prestiani. Mason Prestiani on third again, then the 151 of Reimer, who has moved up one. He's in fourth. He finished the Moto 1 in fifth. And then Saban, the number 15, who was 14th in the first moto. He has really improved. He's all the way up in 5th place now. Stone King just behind him, Ryder Stone King. There's our leader, Travis Bartley, through the tail of the dragon. And that is getting gnarly. Down through Mositis, downhill in the bowl turn. Got enough of a lead that he can just pick the line he wants and make it easy. Here's our second place rider. That is Ezra Beatty. Beatty through the bowl turn. Heads back down to the pond. And up through the MX6 triple doubles. Back to our leader. There's the Honda bowl turn. Up over the Himmler triple. And our third place rider, that's Prestiani. So Mason Prestiani out of York, Pennsylvania on the gas. See him heading up into the Honda bowl turn. And back to our leader. Lap number 2, we're at the halfway point of the race. Travis Bartley turning a 2:21.573 on that last lap. Underneath the Plum Contracting Bridge and into the Dunlop first turn. There's your second place rider, that's Beatty. Ezra Beatty into the first turn. Prestiani just coming through the traps in third. There's Reimer about 7 seconds back from him. And then look at that, 5th, 6th, 7th. Likens, Stone King, and Saban really going at it. Saban back to 7th now. Bella Likens She's riding pretty well today. Down the Mo site is downhill. Your leader going through the bowl turn at the base there. And there is your second is on the top screen, leader on the bottom. You see the second place going into the pond turn, and the leader headed towards the Honda bowl turn. So that's a good 10, 15 seconds there that Bartley has over Ezra Beatty in second. So your leader down the bottom screen there, you can see him going into the MX tire off camber. Beatty just going over the Himmler excavating triple. And there's our leader full screen. Coming around, white flag will come out, 1 lap to go at the Pro Action finish line. All right, we apologize. We had some technical difficulties there. We're trying to bring the audio and video back now. 85, 12 to 15 C class is on the track. In moto number 1, the one went to the 812 of Trey Carter out of McDonald, Pennsylvania. Second place going to the 334 of Keegan McDade out of Edinburgh, Pennsylvania. Third place going to the 27 of Theron Gardwood out of Columbiana, Ohio. Fourth going to the 28 / of Joey Quinn out of East Liverpool, Ohio. Fifth going to the 922 of Jackson George out of Mineral Point, Pennsylvania. So again, we're waiting for still trying to get video up here. There we go. This is the battle for second. And I think that's the Theron Garwood, the 27 there. No, that is the, let's see, it's a 224, 334 Keegan McDade. So Keegan McDade there. There's our leader, the 812 of Trey Carter. So Carter in the lead. Good battle for second as they come up into the off camber. Wow, that bottom line's pretty quick. So there's Trey Carter coming in. Oh, gets the green flag. So Carter in the lead. Battle for second as he goes over. It's McDade, the 334 in second. Garwood, the 27 in third. The 28 of Quinn in fourth. Joey Quinn in fourth. Jackson George, the 922 on the Yamaha, rounds out the top five. You see Carter McDade there. Come up over top of the Scott step up. There's our leader, Carter. Trey Carter in the lead. Through the tail of the Dragon. Headed down the Mositis downhill into the bowl turn. Look at this battle for second. Oh, don't look over your shoulder. You know he's back there. Leave him alone. Getting in your head. That's McDade, the 334 in second, just ahead of the 27 of Garwood. They're on Garwood out of Columbiana, Ohio on the Husqvarna. So your leader on the bottom screen, that's Carter. Through the Honda Bowl, and you can see the other two just entering the Honda Bowl. Trey Carter bringing it through to get lap number 2. Down the straight to the Pro Action finish line. 2 laps in, 2 to go. Coming up on lappers as he comes down the downhill. McDade in second, Garwood in third, Quinn in fourth. Jackson George in fifth. Up over the Scott step up onto the Dragon back. The Mositis downhill into the bowl. And there is our second place. That's McDade coming around the lapped rider. And look at Garwood right there too, the 27 of Theron Garwood. Good battle going. Makes the pond turn and up into the MX6 triple double. So McDade and Garwood down into the valley, headed towards the Honda Bowl turn. Still a tight battle. Garwood keeping the pressure on. Oh, of course, all the pressure is on McDade right now. Keegan makes a left-hander, heads into the MX Tire off camber. There's your leader. bringing it around, and he'll get the white flag. 1 lap to go. Up over the fuel factory tunnel. And under the plumb bridge, you can see the gap there between first and second. It's Keegan McDade on the gas behind him. See Carter make the turn at the base there. And see if you can get McDade. Not quite. So up over the Scott step up and onto the dragon back. Brings it around the tail. Oh, that is getting gnarly. Around the Mositis bowl turn. All right, here's your second place rider. That's Keegan McDade, the 334. Heads down towards the pond turn, and Garwood should be just back from him as they head up the MX6 triple-double. And it's pretty much the halfway point of the race. There's your leader around the Honda Bowl turn, up over the Himmler triple. There we go. One last time through the MX tire off camber. And here he comes. So Trey Carter from McDonald, Pennsylvania will take the win on his KTM. And we're going to take it down to Andy on the podium.
Travis Bentley, your 85 9-11C winner. Man, what a day you're having. You go 1-1, get the overall, and on top it's your birthday. Tell us about your day.
It was pretty good. I just got 2 1s because I'm 11, so 2 1s.
Pretty good math at that, man. So you get the overall for the day. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, my dog, Steel City, Salvador Warehouse, and that's about it.
That's Travis Bartley, your 85 9-11 winner. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Andy. And the birthday boy gives himself a birthday. So Trey Carter, great job. Happy birthday. Oh, the cake is going to be so good tonight. So McDade, the 334, brings it in second. Garwood, the number 27, Theron Garwood, comes in third. Jackson George, the 922, in fourth. Joey Quinn, the 26 / rounds out the top 5. Race number 4 is on the line. And the win went to the 121 of Zach Gordon from Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. Second went to the 7 of Bradley Gardner from Roughdale, Pennsylvania on the Cobra. Third went to the 520 of Keegan Lehrman from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on the Gas. Fourth place going to the 116 of Ryder Stone King from McDonald, Pennsylvania on the Gas. And rounding out the top 5, the 15 of Mason Shoemaker from Great Capricorn, West Virginia on the Husqvarna. Here they come into the first turn. 65 711. And it's the number 7 with the whole shot. So Bradley Gardner out of Roughdale, Pennsylvania on the Mag Unlimited Trucking Diesel, Black Mountain Enterprise, Minton Cycle, Jones & Room, Cobra is your leader. Excuse me. So there's the number 7 in the lead. 65 711 C class. And it's the 121 in second. That's Zach Gordon. He was the winner in the first moto. And a 2-1 beats a 1-2. Oh, little bobble there by Bradley Gardner. Down the Mositis, downhill, and into the bowl turn he goes. Watch that outside. All right. Bradley Gardner, pride of Roughdale, Pennsylvania, or at least his parents. There's your second place rider. That is the 121 Zach Gordon out of Shippensburg. And up the MX6 triple-double he goes. There's your leader in the Honda Bowl, Brad Gardner. All right, third and fourth right there. I think that's the Shoemaker, the number 15, maybe. Let's see, a 334, maybe 243. I have to check the numbers. I have no reference. I apologize. First lap's tough with these little guys. All right, there's the green flag. There's our leader on the bottom, and the battle for second and third coming through there. So the 121 of Gordon still in second, Zach Gordon. And the 998i of, wow, look at that. Isabella Likens in third place, just ahead of the 116 of Ryder Stone King. Go Isabella. A big smile on her face. Ryder Stone King, you see him there. And fourth. There's our leader. That's Gardner coming through the tail of the dragon. And then down that Mositis downhill and bowl turn to the base. Oh, rider down. Well, you think it's, there's your second place rider. That's 121 of Zach Gordon on the gas. And you can just see Isabella Likens just back there behind him, the 990-80i rider. And there's your third place. That's Isabella Likens out of Bellefonte, Pennsylvania. And back to the number 7. That's Gardner in the lead. Bradley Gardner on the Cobra. Going through the off-camber. And we'll be approaching the halfway point of this race. Two and one beats a 1 and 2. They both add up to 3. But it's how you got to that number. Another big smile. Brad Gardner on the Mag Unlimited Trucking Diesel Black Mountain Enterprise Cobra. Going around the lapper there at the base of the hill, headed towards the Scott Step Up onto the Dragonback. Zach Gordon still in second. Isabella Likens in third. Let's see. Yeah, she's still in third. Ryder Stone King in fourth. Mason Shoemaker rounds out the top five. And that brought to you by Quebec Cycle. That top five rundown. Bradley Gardner. There's our second place rider. It's 121 of Zach Gordon coming up out of the Mositis bull turn. And you can see Likens right there on him. Isabella's run for a while now. As they come up the MX6, you're seeing Gordon and Likens, second and third battle. Makes the turn, heads down into the valley. And there's your leader, Bradley Gardner. Coming by, gets the white flag, 1 lap to go. So 3 laps in, 1 lap left. Bradley Gardner running a 2:28. He's definitely the fastest rider on the track. Out of turn 1 and headed down the downhill one more time. Race number 4 on the track. It's the 65 711 C class. Race number 5 is coming up. And that will be the Micro E 3 to 5 Limited. Brad Gardner. Down through the tail of the dragon. Be careful, guy. Don't get hung up in there. That's it. Good move. Good move. Down the Mositis downhill. Makes the turn, heads down to the pond turn. And it'll be a half lap left right there. Up over the MX6 triple double. Gardner is rolling on that Cobra. Up into the Honda bowl turn. And over the Hemler triple. Makes the left-hander into the MX tire off camber one last time. So Gardner, the number 7 rider on the MAG Unlimited Trucking Diesel, Black Mountain Express, Minton Cycle, Johnson, Roman Cobra, will take the win. There's the checkers. The 121 of Zach Gordon has had a tight battle with Isabella Likens. Let's see if Likens can do anything on this last lap as we wait to see him come through here. That was a lapper. There we go. And it's going to be the 121 of Zach Gordon, just ahead of Isabella Likens. So good job, Isabella. All right. On the line is race number 5, the Micro E 4 to 7. In the first moto, the 17 of Hudson Rhodes out of Street, Maryland, took the win. Second place going to the 318 of Maverick Chan. If you remember, that was quite the battle there with Rhodes getting him. Third place went to the 39 of Rivers Rice out of Fombell, Pennsylvania. Fourth place going to the 51T of Trake Money out of Washington, Pennsylvania. Fifth going to the 51 of Axel Elliott out of Parker, Pennsylvania. Sixth place going to the 602 Maverick Novak out of Salix, Pennsylvania. Seventh going to the 226 of Otto Gardner out of Elmwood City. Eighth place going to the 66 of Max Russler out of Lewistown, Pennsylvania. Ninth going to the 520 to Noah Rich out of Kane. And rounding out the top then, the number 100 Nick Black out of Uniontown. Brought to you by the Whole Shot Grill. So the Micro E's on the line here. As we get ready for this race number 5. 4 more to go after this. All right, going down to Andy on the podium.
Hey guys, I'm down here with 65cc 7 to 11 overall winner Bradley Gardner. Bradley, you had a good moto the first time. You finished second. You got first this moto. Win the overall. What a day for you, man.
That I first, it's a good feeling.
It's a great feeling. Why don't you tell us who you want to thank?
I want to thank Mag Unlimited Trucking Diesel, B&M Black Mountain, Mitt and Cycle, Jones and Roman Motocross, VP Racing 100%, and Roost MX.
Can't forget the family, man. Bradley Gardner, your 65cc 7 to 11 on the number 7 Cobra. Back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Andy. Great job down there on the podium. As we get ready for race number 5, it's the Micro E's. Electric bikes on the line, getting ready to go. And there they go. Down through the downhill off camber and up to the Scott step up. So Hudson Rhodes, the number 17, was the winner in the first moto with Maverick Chan. And that's Maverick Chan right there, the 318. He is your leader. And look at the lead he's got. Maverick takes it up through the off camber. Looks behind him. Taking the bottom line. So the Micro E's. Coming through, the green flag comes out. And we are underway. So Maverick Chan in the lead. Rivers Rice, number 39. On the podium works first bike, Fast Track, Dunlop, MX Tower, Thor, 6D Catalyst Driven MX, TRX, Minton EVS, 100% KTM. That's Maverick Chan there. And you see Rivers Rice right there. Rivers ended up with a third in the first moto. Money, the 51T, Trake Money in third place. Axel Elliott, the 51 in fourth. Maverick Novak, the 602 in fifth. Hudson Rhodes, the 17 in sixth. So, wow, Hudson Rhodes back in sixth place. That's going to hurt him. He's going to have to do some moving. But this is it right here, Maverick Chan. Second in the first moto, first in the second. 2 and 1 equals 1. Lap number 2. We're at the halfway point of the race. As he heads for the fuel factory tunnel. And under the Plum Bridge. And into the Dunlop first turn. Maverick Chan. Rivers Rice hanging right there. You see him. Again, he had a 3, so 3 and 2 versus, winner in the first moto, Hudson Rhodes, a 1 and a 5th. It would be 6. So Rivers Rice would be taking second if he stays there. And basically, Rhodes sitting in 5th, he would have to move up 2 more places to be able to move into second place. There we go. He brings it around. White flag coming out. 1 lap to go for Maverick Chan. Up over the fuel factory tunnel. Maverick Chan threading the needle there. Up over the Scott step up. And up onto the Dragon back one last time. There's your second place. Change the camera angle there. As he heads to the entrance of the off-camber. And look at that. That's Rivers Rice right behind him. Rice trying to make a charge. Oh, boy. And just not enough. Okay, there's the checkered flag. The win going to Maverick Chan on the Full Throttle Fades, Mom and Dad, Podium Works, Jones and Roman MX School, Fast Track Moto, First Bike, Moto Pigs, and Moto Mills KTM. Second going to Rivers Rice out of Farmville, Pennsylvania on the Podium Works, First Bike, Fast Track, Dunlop MX Tire, Thor 60 Catalyst, Driven MX KTM. Drake Money, the 51T, comes in third. And let's see where Hudson Rhodes, back in fifth. So Axel Elliott, the 51T, comes in fourth. Hudson Rhodes comes in fifth. That will give him third overall. And Drake Mahoney will be fourth overall. Axel Elliott, fifth overall. So that's it for race number 5. Race number 6 is on the line as we get ready to go down and see how much we can get in there before they do another podium. Schoolboy 2, 14-17. The win went to the 5:59 of Joe Shipley out of Indiana, Pennsylvania. Second going to the 7:34 Reese Wheaton out of Irwin, Pennsylvania. Third going to the 7:11 Eric Gerke out of Porterville, Pennsylvania. Fourth place going to the 20 of Cole Covert out of Manchester, Pennsylvania. And rounding out the top 5 was the 66 Dominic Getz out of Renfrew. Two card is up. Turns to 1, and here we go. Schoolboy 2, 250s. And it's Reese Wheaton just ahead of the 7-11 of Eric Gerke. Well, watch out. There's Gerke getting passed by the 5:59 of Shipley. They're side by side as we bring it around to the Scott Step Up. There's Reese Wheaton, 7:34 in the lead. And the 5:59 in second of Joe Shipley. Through the Mositis Bowl turn. That's the battle of third and fourth. It's the 7-11 of Eric Gerke. There's your leader, Reese Wheaton, the 7:34. On the Wheaton & Sons MX Tire, O'Neill Bell, Elusive Gloves, Twin Air, Scott, Factory Seat, 343 Graphics, PR2, Nihilo Kawasaki. There's your leader, heading into the MX Tire off camber. Reese Wheaton, second in the first moto. And there is your second and third. So Joe Shipley, the 5:59 in second. Cole Luth, the number 29 in third. And Eric Gerke, the 7-11 in fourth. But the two Kawasaki's have checked out. Cole Luth on the lone KTM in third, then Eric Gerke, another Kawasaki in fourth. Cole Covert, the number 20, rounds out the top 5. So Reese Wheaton, through the tail of the dragon, headed down that Mositis downhill into the bowl turn. There's your second place rider. That is Luke Shipley. And then back to Wheaton coming up through the MX6 triple-double. And you can see Shipley just behind him. So Shipley trying to keep the pressure on. Reese Wheaton just wants to run and hide. Up over the Himmler triple. Takes the left-hander into the MX tire off camber. There's your first and second. You can see the gap there. Mind the gap. So there's lap number 2 and we're halfway through this race. So Wheaton headed back down towards the Scott step up. You can see Joe Shipley right behind him. Shipley putting a charge on. He is making up some time this lap. Last lap, Reese Wheaton ran a 1:48.335, and Joe Shipley had a 1:49.212. But I guarantee you, Shipley's going faster this lap as they head down to the pond turn. And it'll be 1.5 laps left up through the. That's their second place rider, Shipley, going through the MX6 triple-double. Back to the leader, up over the Himmler excavating triple. And you can just see Shipley right back there behind him. White flag coming out this time around for Reese Wheaton. And there's your second place. And there's the white flag for Reese Wheaton. Over the fuel factory tunnel. Down the start straight. You can see Shipley right there. Last lap, Reese Wheaton at a 1:48.335. And Joe Shipley at a 1:48.623. So he is 0.3 of a second slower than Reese Wheaton on the last lap. Now you can see that's Lute. No, that is Wheaton. Sorry. Down the Mositis downhill and bowl turn. The pond, he's got a half a lap left now. Up over the triple-double. Up over the Himmler triple. Look at this. Look at the gap now. Shipley charging as they make the turn. And the final straight, here's the checkered flag, and Reese Wheaton will take the win. Joe Shipley in second. Wheaton's team, the Wheaton & Sons MX Tire O'Neill Bell Elusive Gloves, Twin Air Scott Factory Seat 343 Graphics PR2 Nihilo Kawasaki. Shipley on the MX6 Racing, Sons of Our Fathers, Jones and Roman MX Tire Factory Connection, Lynx Racing Kawasaki. Hey, 2-1 beats a 1-2. And there's Cole. Oh, Gerke got past him, so Gerke ends up on the podium. The 7-Eleven rider on the Kawasaki. And Cole Lute will come in fourth on the KTM. All right, so Andy's down there on the podium. We'll take it down to him.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Reese Wheaton, Schoolboy 2 overall winner, 2-1 finish, man. You got a good moto the first moto, got a little held up there. Now second moto you got out, clean start, the whole way to the finish. Tell us about it.
Yeah, first moto was a little bit rough. I got arm pump. Second moto, I pulled the whole shot and just raced my own race. Track's rough, gnarly, but it's fun. Yeah, Joseph's putting up a good fight.
Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, Team Green Kawasaki, Matt at Moto Ash, Chris Whitcraft, Levi Kilbarger, O'Neill, Bell Helmet, Scott Goggles, Hinson, Pro Circuit, MX Tire, Jeff for putting on the event. Thank you all so much.
That's Reese Wheaton, your Schoolboy 2 overall winner for the day, guys.
All right, thank you, Andy. And out on the track, it's the girls 9-16. It's race number 7, moto number 2. Madison Musquire, who took the win in Moto 1, is your leader, the 808 rider from New Bedford, Pennsylvania, on the Varel brand Point View Cycle, Speed Farm, SGP Racing, Rob's YCF, WPAMX, Keystone, Terry Photography, KTM. Through the dragon back she goes. Down to the tail of the dragon. And down the Mositis downhill. In moto number 1, second place went to the 126 of Kylie Inman from Harmony, Pennsylvania. Third going to the 998 of Isabella Likens from Bellefonte. And fourth place going to the number 8 of Giada Palusa from Valencia. Around the pond she goes and up over the MX6. Here's your second place rider. And it's Isabella Likens. Oh, the girl caught on fire today. You go, Izzy. Here's your leader through the Honda Bowl turn. Oh, that's getting deep now. And there's your third place rider right now. And I believe that is, let's see. Can't read the numbers. I'm thinking that's Giada Palusa on the Husqvarna, but we'll check that out. Madison Musquire brings it in, gets a green flag. 3 laps to go. Good form. Look at that. Elbows up. Nice stance. Riding well. So it's Isabella Likens, the 998 in second. Paluso, the number 8, is in third. And the 126 of Kylie Inman in fourth. And Addison Likens, the 998A, rounds out the top 5. Four KTMs in the Husqvarna. Okay, it's 5 KTMs. Even worse, they're Kimco's. So there's your leader out of the Mositis bowl turn. Up to the hairpin. And down to the pond turn. Half a lap to go on the second lap. And our leader bringing it around to get the halfway point as she approaches the Pro Action finish line. 2 laps in, 2 to go. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Lots of smoke. Yeah, maybe the choke slammed on or something. She's slowing down. She has no idea. She either blew it up or the choke is on. One way. Oh. Yeah, I think she blew it up. Oh, what a shame. So Madison Musquire is out of the race. And Isabella Likens is your leader now. Is that cool or what? Third in the first moto. And leading now. But Inman now has moved up into second. Peluso in third, and Addison Likens in fourth. As you see the leader down there, the agony of defeat. Tough break for her. That's a long push back. I'm kind of hoping it's just a choke, but I kind of doubt it. And there she is, Isabella. Leading. And that's your second place. That is Kylie Inman, the 126 rider. And she could end up with the overall. There's our leader, Isabella Likens, on the 988i ride out of Bellefonte, Pennsylvania. And our second place has Kylie Inman. And back to our leader. She'll get the white flag. 1 lap to go. Let's see where Inman is. Kylie's. I'm just happy for Isabella Likens. And I'm very sorry for Madison Musquire. Not the way you want to lose the race. So Isabella Likens brings it around over the Scott step up. And through the diamond, or through the dragon back she goes. Because she's probably sweating bullets right now. Oh, please don't fall over. Please don't fall over. Isabella Likens down the Mositis downhill and bold turn. Around the pond one last time. And, of course, up into the MX6 triple-double. Now don't be too careful. Kylie Inman's back behind you. So that will give Isabella Likens the overall. And because she is a 3-1, it equals 4, and Kylie Inman is a 2-2, it equals 4. So the 988i, Isabella Likens, will take the overall as she brings it down to the Pro Action finish line. Checkered flag coming out, and there's going to be some happy girls in that camp tonight. Race number 8. Second to last race of the day. It's the Micro 1 4 to 6 Limited. Translation, the PW50s. In the first moto, the win went to the 318 of Maverick Chan out of Pittsburgh. Second place going to the 39 of Rivers Rice out of Fombell. Third going to the 226 of Otto Gardner out of Elwood City, Pennsylvania. Fourth place going to the 51 of Trake Money out of Washington, Pennsylvania. And fifth place going to the 528 of Nolan Rich from Kane, Pennsylvania. I'm sure we're going to have a happy girl down there on the podium. P-Dub's on the line. Hey, we want to thank everybody for subscribing to rmgsports.net and taking advantage of the subscription package for the weekend. And again, any race here at Pleasure Valley this year will be broadcast on rmgsports.net. And we just want to thank you for supporting Jeff's crusade to broaden the horizons of amateur motocross and bringing in rmgsports.net to do all of his races this year. Next one coming up is going to be the first weekend in July 6th and 7th. That will be the Jeremiah Jones AMA ATV Pro National right here at Pleasure Valley. And if you can't make it here for the fireworks and the superb racing, then you can at least dial in at rmgsports.net and watch all the racing action right here. So rmgsports.net is donating $5.58 for each event pass. Basically, your subscription to the racing, and of course the 558 representing the number 558 of Dylan Slusser. So we're just very grateful for you tuning in, and we're giving back the best way we can for this great Dylan Slusser weekend. All right, into the first turn. And it's the 39 of Rivers Rice with the hole shot. So Rivers Rice with the hole shot, and I'm pretty much guessing the Maverick Chance right there also. It's an assumption, but it's a pretty good assumption on this one. Rivers Rice in the lead. You see him there, and I think that is the Wenger, maybe. I'll have to check and see. It's a two-digit number. But Rivers Rice in the lead. Makes the turn into the MX Tire off-camber bypass. Look at Rivers styling on that bike. Up on his toes, elbows up. Somebody's doing some good coaching for him. So Drake Mahoney, the number 51, in second as they come over the Fuel Factory Tunnel, headed towards the Plum Bridge, Plum Contracting. Rivers Rice in the lead. Drake Mahoney is in second place. Otto Gardner, the 226, in third. Nolan Rich in fourth. And we're having a little trouble with the specs coming up right now. So when I get them, I will send them out to. There we go. So Rivers Rice in the lead. Drake Mahoney in second. Gardner in third. Maverick Chan all the way back in, let's see, 9th place. Wow, bad start for him. See how he does. Rivers Rice will be doing pretty well. There's their second place rider. That's the 51 of Drake Mahoney out of Washington, PA. Second lap in for Rivers Rice. There's your third place. That is the 226 of Otto Gardner. Otto out of Elwood City, Pennsylvania, on the McElwain Motors, Dan's Pro Shop, Tomball, Frenchie, Hartfeld Restoration, ACS Construction, Barnhart Lawn Care, Yamaha. And look at him threading the needle there. Rivers Rice trying to make it through. Up on his toes. Good style. Here's Mahoney and Gardner. They got a battle for second as they come through here under the Plum Bridge into the Dunlop first turn. And your leaders coming down the Dragonback bypass straight there. Makes the turn at the tail. Rivers Rice. Here's your battle for second. Mahoney and Gardner. There's Rivers Rice. Good positioning. All right, here's your second place. That's the 51 of Mahoney. Drake Mahoney. Two laps in, 2 to go. Next time around, the white flag coming out. Here comes Rivers Rice. Oh. Gutsy move there. Down the Dragonback straightaway. And there should be your second place. There's your leader. So he brings it up to the MX tire bypass. White flag coming out this time around. Drake Money about 13 seconds behind Rivers Rice, and Otto Gardner 13 behind him. Nolan Rich, the 528, has got a good battle going with Otto Gardner right now. So it's a good battle for third. There's your leader. Brings around, white flag coming out as he makes his way down to the Pro Action finish line. There you see the white flag. Oh no, there it is. Checkered flag comes out. So Rivers Rice with the win. And here comes Drake Money, the 51 rider. He brings it in. He will take second. Otto Gardner, the 226. Let's see. Look at this battle. Oh, man, is that tight. Maverick Chan makes it all the way up to third. So Chan making it up to third and bumping Gardner back. He will take second overall. So Rivers Rice with the win. Maverick Chan in second. And Drake Money third overall. So great racing in race number 8. On the line, it's time for the big boys. 250 All-Star AB. And in the first moto, the win went to the 462 of Luke Fowler from Midland, Pennsylvania on the KTM. Second place going to the 97 of Noah Stevens from Danbury, North Carolina. Third place going to the 800 of Preston Massangelo out of Waterford, Ontario, Canada on the gas. Fourth place going to the 437 of Vinny Luhovi out of Greensburg, Pennsylvania on the Yamaha. Fifth going to the 731 of Steve Roman out of Export, PA. Sixth place going to the 620 of Peyton Jackson out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Seventh going to the 722 of Ben Nelco out of Aliquippa. Eighth place going to the 734 of Reese Wheaton out of Irwin. Ninth place going to the 559 of Joe Shipley out of Indiana, PA. And rounding out the top 10, the 904 of TJ Squibb out of Derry, Pennsylvania. That top 10 rundown brought to you by Dunlop Tires. Last race of the day, but you want to be here tomorrow because it is going, as my friend Jeff Cernick would say, whoa, Nelly, we're going to have a barn burner. It's going to be the whole day. $4,300 plus 2 whole shot awards just for the WMX. The 40-plus vet class is going for the money. The Open Pro-Am, and the 250 Pro-Am all going for the money. Now, tomorrow morning at 8:30 will be the 250 time qualifying, and the Open time qualifying will be at 9:30 a.m. The 250 Pro-Am Moto number 1 is 11 a.m. Open Pro-Am Moto number 1 is at 1 p.m. 250 Pro-Am Moto 2 is at 3 p.m. And the Open Pro-Am second moto will be at 5 p.m. And, of course, we'll have all the other motos going on in between. But $45,000 in cash and prizes for the races this weekend. This is the first of the money events coming off right now. They're on the gate. The cue card is up. Who's going to take the whole shot? Checks down the line. One card is up. Turns it, and here we go. And looks like Fowler again. Luke Fowler with the whole shot. And Mascangelo is in second. Preston Mascangelo on the MX Tire Gas 60 FXR Oakley Gas in second place behind Luke Fowler. And look at that battle. Whoa, Nelly. Mascangelo sitting in a good spot. Oh, and the leader goes down. Fowler hits the deck. Mascangelo takes over the lead. Coming through the tail of the Dragon there. The bike hasn't stalled, but he couldn't get back to it because so many people coming through it. Mascangelo is your leader. Preston in the lead. So a 3-1 could do it. Second place is the 437 of Vinny Luhovi. Vinny with a fourth in the second moto, or in the first moto. And Vinny's not going to be, he's not going to be happy until he gets in there. So watch out. Vinny Luhovi, man on a mission. Through the MX Tire off camera they come. And that, I'm not sure who's in third. We'll find out in a second. Mascangelo in the lead. Luhovi in second. Stevens in third. So Noah Stevens in third. Stevie Roman, the 731, in fourth. The 620 of Peyton Jackson in fifth. Reese Wheaton in sixth. Ben Nelko in seventh. The 611 of Bill Sokol in eighth. TJ Squibb, the 904, in ninth. And Christian McCauley, the 65 rider on the Yamaha, rounds out the top 10. That top 10 rundown brought to you by MXers for Jesus. So Mascangelo in the lead. The Canadian has taken the lead as he goes down the Mositis downhill, and look at this battle. Luhovi, Stevens, and Roman. So Luhovi in second, Stevens in third as they come up the MX6 triple-double. Mascangelo doing a good job, but Vinny Luhovi right there on his back fender. As I said, he's a man on a mission. 5-lap race. Mascangelo up over the triple, now over the fuel factory tunnel. Into the first turn. There's Vinny Luhovi right behind him. Vinny on the Mositis Motorsports, True MX, Fast Track Moto, FCC Motorsport, Gemco Plumbing, and MX Tire Yamaha. Over the Scott step up. Now into the Dragon back. I get a little crazy there. Fowler all the way back in 16th place on this last lap. He may be out. Here's a battle for the lead. Luhovi right there as they make their way around the pond turn and to the MX6 triple-double. Luhovi staying low and lean. Down into the valley, headed up to the Honda Bowl turn. Mascangelo just a couple bike lengths ahead of Vinny Luhovi. Stevens still in third. Noah Stevens in third. Stevie Roman in fourth. Peyton Jackson in fifth. Massiangelo digging deep. I was like, dude, I just want to get more away from him. So Massiangelo, lap number 3. We're halfway through this moto. Next time around, white flag will come out. Vinny Lahovey studying the lines, looking everywhere that Massiangelo is going. Jackson is now up into 4th place. Wheaton is back to 5th, and Roman back to 6th. So the 620 of Peyton Jackson on the MX Tire Dirt Lab Motorsport 110 Racing ODI Engine Ice Husqvarna out of North Carolina has made a bold move there. He's up into 4th. Reese Wheaton in 5th. Roman in 6th. Nelko in 7th. Sokol in 8th. But look at this battle for the lead. That's Lahovey in 2nd. As he brings it around, they head down to the pond turn. There's your 3rd place, and that is Noah Stevens. Stevens doing a great race. So Massiangelo with a 3rd and 1st could take the overall with Noah Stevens 2nd and Vinny Lahovey in 3rd. That's on the overalls. But it ain't over yet. Massiangelo brings it up through the MX Tire off camber. White flag will be coming out this time around. There's the white flag. And look at the gap on Lahovey. Wow. Lahovey faded back a little bit. And he'll be bringing it tomorrow. Stevens in 3rd, Jackson in 4th, Wheaton in 5th, Stevie Roman in 6th, Ben Nelko in 7th, Bill Sokol in 8th, Christian McCauley in 9th, and Paxton Lipinski rounds out the top 10. That top 10 brought to you by McMahon's Harley-Davidson. Oh, he get a little sloppy coming down that Mositis downhill. Makes it through the bowl turn. I'll tell you what, though, he is rolling. Preston Massiangelo on the MX Tire Gas 60 FXR Oakley Gas. Up out of the MX6 triple doubles. Through the valley into the bowl turn, the Honda bowl turn. Hey, it's red. Up over the Himmler Excavating triple. And the last time through the MX Tire off camber, there's Vinny Lahovey at the entrance. And it looks like Vinny just like, you know what, dude, I got a lot of races left this weekend. I'll take 3rd place. So there you go. Preston Massiangelo takes the win and the overall. Noah Stevens with the 2nd and 3rd will take 2nd overall. Vinny Lahovey with the 4th and 2nd is 3rd overall. Peyton Jackson 4th overall. Steve Roman 5th overall. Reese Wheaton 6th overall. And we're going to take it down to Andy. And again, I want to thank everybody. We'll bring it back here for a goodbye, but here we are with Andy down on the podium.
Guys, I'm down here with Rivers Rice, your overall winner for the 4 to 6 shaft drive class. Rivers, you had a good race today. Why don't you tell us about it?
Did got first motos. I got 2nd. And what? Whole shot. I got the whole shot and 2 motos, and then third.
It was a good ride today. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, T-Rex, Podium Marks, First Bike, Uncle Josh, Catalyst, Driven Max.
That's River Rice, guys, your overall winner today in the 4 to 6 shaft drive class. Back to you.
All right, so we're waiting for Preston Massiangelo to get up there, and hopefully we'll have Noah Stevens and Vinny Luhovi also. But again, we want to thank everybody for subscribing to the rmgsports.net for this weekend. Again, $5.58 out of every single ticket this weekend is going towards the purse, and we can't be more proud to be part of this fantastic weekend. The 558 Dylan Slusser Memorial Race, $45,000 in cash and prizes for this incredible event this weekend. And, of course, the first of our pro races just finishing up. Again, we'll be headed back down there to the podium. And there's Andy with Preston Massiangelo.
Hey, guys, I'm down here with 250 All-Star winner Preston Massiangelo. Congratulations on your day, man. It was a hard-fought day on an epic track, good conditions, all the way from Canada. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so first moto was pretty decent. I got not the best start, but made my way up to third. That moto was definitely a lot better. Me and Luke got out really good, and unfortunately he went down. I hope he's all good, but yeah, that allowed me to kind of take the lead and run with it. So I felt really good today. Track conditions are exactly what I like, so I'm happy.
Who do you want to thank, Preston?
You know, Gas, MX Tire, 5-star, FMF, FXR, Motivated, Seco Seat Covers, Alpine Stars, Oakley, 60, Dunlop, Jeff Cernick for putting on a great event, and I'm just happy to be here, and thank you to everyone who supports me.
Okay, guys, that's Preston Massiangelo, your overall winner, 250 All-Star. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Andy. And we'll be signing off. You look at that. There is actually sunlight here at Pleasure Valley. My God, I haven't seen that in weeks. But, man, what a start for a great weekend. Again, we'll be starting tomorrow morning at around 9 o'clock. We won't be on here for the 250 time qualifying that goes off at 8:30, but we will be in here for the open time qualifying at 9:30. And again, 250 Pro-Am First Moto at 11, Open Pro-Am First Moto at 1 p.m., 250 Pro-Am Second Moto at 3 p.m., and Open Pro-Am at 5 p.m. We've got a full slate of racing for tomorrow. We are so happy and overjoyed that you all joined us today. I'm Kevin Bailey, the Moto Mouth, and for rmgsports.net, we're signing off for the day, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a great evening.